Introductions are always in order. Whenever somebody new enters into the NFL, it's always important for everybody to greet them with a big ol' hello. Thing is, these hellos tend to get a little more violent.
Pressure on Fields. Oh, the helmet came off. That was a jarring shot from Andre Smith.
Welcome to the pros, rookie. It's a popular saying in American sports, and football is obviously no exception. Every first-year player needs a firm reminder that the NFL is where the big boys play. It simply ain't college anymore. And some of these 2021 rookies are learning that lesson the hard way. Whether they got blasted by a hit or schooled by a vet, these 10 rookies from 2021 have been on the receiving end of an unforgettable welcome to the NFL moment that they'll probably never forget. So, let's get right into it. Najee Harris meets Jamal Adams. Few NFL defensive backs are as feared in the open field as Seahawks safety Jamal Adams. And let's just say it didn't take Pittsburgh Steelers running back Najee Harris long to learn this. This welcome to the NFL moment took place during their Sunday night matchup in Week 6 at Heinz Field. Pittsburgh was facing a 2nd and 6 situation inside the red zone. Ben Roethlisberger took the snap and tossed the ball to Harris, who didn't realize that he was on the tracks while a train was coming. There's an argument to be made that the officials missed a flag there, but Eric Ebron went on to score a rushing touchdown for Pittsburgh on that drive anyway. And Harris was just fine, finishing the game with 81 rushing yards, along with 6 catches for 46 yards and 1 touchdown. Pittsburgh also went on to win the game in overtime. By the way, Harris had no hard feelings against Adams. After the game, he actually complimented the All-Pro safety for ringing his bell.
I tried to meet him there, man, rung my bell. But that's the stuff I like right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's real football. That's the football I like right there.
Sounds like Harris received his welcome to the NFL moment with open arms. Randy Gregory destroys Mac Jones. As far as actual clean hits on quarterbacks go, it's hard to find a more painful-looking one than what Mac Jones had to endure when his New England Patriots hosted the Dallas Cowboys in Week 6. Facing a 2nd and long situation at the Dallas 35 in the second quarter, Jones faked a handoff but had a rude awakening awaiting him. Veteran defensive end Randy Gregory came around the edge and absolutely crushed Jones. And, as a double whammy, it led to a Dallas fumble recovery. That was one of 2 sacks Jones would take that day, but surely that was the most painful hit of his young NFL career up to this point. Don't feel too bad for Jones, even though the Patriots went on to lose a heartbreaker in overtime. After the game, the Alabama product stated that he actually embraces the hard hits that come his way.
I think getting hits always fun because it makes it more fun. That's part of the game. And
fun? You're kind of nuts. That didn't look like fun, man.
Oh, no, hell no.
The best part is getting back up and knowing that you're fine and you can just go out there and keep playing. And sometimes you don't get hit all the time in practice, obviously, so it's okay to get hit a little bit and pop back up, and it kind of just adds a little bit of competitive juices to the whole situation. So at the end of the day, it's part of the game, like I said, and the best quarterbacks in the world, they all pop up quick and play the next play.
Well, it's always good to have a positive attitude. And again, every rookie has to experience it at some point. Robert Quinn embarrasses PENEI Sewell. Other than Trevor Lawrence, many viewed Oregon offensive tackle PENEI Sewell as the most polished, NFL-ready prospect in the 2021 class, even though he opted out of his final collegiate season. The Detroit Lions couldn't have been much happier when Sewell fell to them at the number 7 pick. Franchise cornerstone offensive linemen don't grow on trees after all. That said, it's very rare for offensive linemen to dominate in their rookie season. The O-line positions come with a ton of growing pains. That's just how it is. Chicago Bears star pass rusher Robert Quinn was kind enough to teach Sewell that lesson when the Lions visited Soldier Field in Week 4. Facing a 3rd and goal situation in the second quarter, Sewell was tasked with blocking one of the NFL's premier sack artists. Let's just say, advantage veteran. Pro Football Focus, by the way, handed Sewell a grade 46.3 for that day. But hey, you can't fault the rookie entirely. Detroit's usually stout O-line was demolished as a whole, allowing Jared Goff to take 4 sacks in the 24-14 loss. JAYLEN WADDLE, safety first. If you played contact sports like hockey, football, or even rugby as a kid, surely your coaches taught you to avoid the hospital pass to your teammates. A hospital pass, of course, is when you deliver a pass that leaves your teammate defenseless and vulnerable to a big hit. Unfortunately for Miami Dolphins rookie JAYLEN WADDLE, the dangerous pass from Jacoby Brissett not only left him exposed, but it also cost the team 2 points. Can't really blame Waddle on that one. Who in the world thought that was a safe play? Waddle finished the game with 12 receptions for 58 yards, but he surely would have preferred it if it were 11 catches on the score sheet instead. The Raiders, by the way, went on to win 31-28 in overtime, so Casey Hayward's big-time hit on the rookie really turned out to be a difference maker. Maybe Waddle will learn to just let that one go next time. Joey Bosa embarrasses Alex Leatherwood. The Las Vegas Raiders made some very head-scratching decisions when it came to building up their O-line in the 2021 offseason. This was one of football's elite position groups in 2020, but John Gruden and Mike Mayock decided to rebuild it from scratch. Veteran mainstays Gabe Jackson, Trent Brown, and Rodney Hudson were all sent away. If that wasn't head-scratching enough, the team reached big time when they took Alabama tackle Alex Leatherwood with the number 17 selection in the draft. Leatherwood wasn't even viewed as a first-rounder, but hey, to each their own, right? Anywho, Leatherwood struggled mightily through the first half of the 2021 season. Though you can't blame the guy, he was put in some pretty difficult situations. And when we say difficult situations, we mean like having to go one-on-one with Joey Bosa, which Leatherwood did during the Raiders-Chargers Week 4 Monday night game. That was one of 4 sacks Raiders quarterback Derek Carr took that night. Vegas certainly could have used some of those vets that they got rid of in this one. Leatherwood's struggles at tackle, by the way, prompted the Raiders to move him to guard. Check out this stat as well, courtesy of Austin Gale from Pro Football Focus. If it makes Leatherwood feel any better, Bosa has been doing that to offensive linemen of all ages for years now. Trent Williams has no time for Eric Stokes. Not to be Captain Obvious or anything, but surely when Stokes was drafted 29th overall by the Green Bay Packers, the Georgia cornerback wasn't exactly thinking about having to go one-on-one with Pro Bowl tackle Trent Williams. But that's exactly the challenge Stokes had to face when his Green Bay Packers visited the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football in Week 3. The Packers stormed out to a 17-0 lead, but the 49ers were on the verge of scoring before the end of the first half. Facing a 3rd-and-goal situation with only 2 seconds left on the clock, Kyle Shanahan opted to put in rookie QB Trey Lance under center. The risky play call meant Williams, a future Hall of Famer by the way, needed to deliver a key block on the rookie corner. You can probably guess who won that battle. Williams, by the way, is listed at 6'5" and 320 pounds. Stokes is listed at 6 feet and 194 pounds. Next time, the rookie corner may just want to get out of the way there. Trey Lance fools nobody. As you saw in the Williams-Stokes entry just moments ago, Trey Lance's dual-threat game makes him a special weapon in the San Francisco 49ers offense. The Packers defense got tricked and had no answer for him on that run. 2 weeks later, the 49ers dared to try the same play when they visited the undefeated Arizona Cardinals in Week 5. Lance was making his first NFL start, and he's trying to replicate that same trick that was used in the Packers game against the Cardinals on a 4th-and-goal play from the 1-yard line. Unfortunately for Lance and the 49ers, the Arizona defense wasn't the least bit fooled. They must have watched the tape, because when the number 3 selection of the draft tried lunging for the goal line, 2 Arizona defenders were happy to greet him with a "Welcome to the NFL" hit. It was a tough go for Lance against Arizona's star-studded defense. He completed just 15 of 29 pass attempts for 192 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Lance was sacked twice, though he managed 89 rushing yards on 16 carries. At any rate, the 49ers should probably think about trying to draw up a different play at the goal line, because they definitely don't want their rookie quarterback taking another "Welcome to the NFL" hit like that. Andre Smith levels Justin Fields. A plethora of NFL fans and analysts didn't understand why Bears head coach Matt Nagy was so insistent on opening the season with Andy Dalton as a starting QB over rookie Justin Fields. Well, Fields' early season struggles should have silenced the critics pretty quickly, because the rookie QB has taken way too many hits behind a horrible offensive line. That said, Fields' true welcome to the NFL moment came when the Bears hosted the Buffalo Bills in preseason play. Fields did not spot Buffalo linebacker Andre Smith, who came off the edge and absolutely drilled him. Fields' helmet came off, and a flag came out immediately. Fortunately, Fields avoided injury and stayed in the game. Smith, by the way, was issued a fine of $5,806 for the hit. Folks, that right there was one of the reasons why Nagy was hesitant about playing his young QB in Week 1. Who wants to see their future franchise quarterback get hit like that? Kayvon Wallace's hit on Trey Sermon. The 49ers backfield was hit hard by injuries early in the 2021 season. They lost starter Raheem Mostert for the season after he injured his knee in Week 1. Backup Jeff Wilson missed the first half of the season. 6th-round rookie Elijah Mitchell injured his shoulder in the team's Week 2 road game against the Philadelphia Eagles. With a banged-up backfield, the 49ers could only turn to rookie Trey Sermon to close out the game in Philly. Leading 14-3 with just over 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Garoppolo tossed the ball over to Sermon, who is on his way to a first down before taking a vicious shot from Kayvon Wallace. The ball was fumbled, and the Eagles scooped it up for a big return. But Wallace was issued a personal foul for the hit, and the 49ers drive continued, eventually ending in a field goal. They held on for a 17-11 victory. Fortunately, Sermon cleared concussion protocol and was active for the next game against the Packers. Wallace subsequently took to Instagram to complain about the penalty, calling it the worst call I've ever been a part of. Tell us how you really feel, Kayvon. Zach Wilson gets destroyed by Brian Burns. Poor Zach Wilson. The number 2 pick of the draft never stood a chance on this one. The former BYU star went to a team that's renowned for being a quarterback graveyard and playing behind one of the league's worst offensive lines against one of the NFL's most ferocious front sevens. Yeah, you could see where his NFL debut was heading. Wilson and the Jets visited the Carolina Panthers in Sam Darnold's revenge game to open up the 2021 season. Let's just say Wilson's first NFL drive was a painful one, both literally and figuratively. Facing a 2nd and 14 situation, Wilson took the snap but was immediately met by Brian Burns, who went unblocked for the easiest sack of his career. If that is not a welcome to the NFL moment, I don't know what is. Wilson hung in there and gave it his all, but the poor guy was sacked 6 times in New York's 19-14 loss. Talk about a painful way to open up your career. But which do you think is the most painful welcome to the NFL moment from this year so far? Join us in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.